And you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio. And you're listening to Yes, Massive, Wagwan. Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother, they are. Reaching out. Big up, Massive.
Hate to bring this back up again. I wish that I was feeling different. I can't pretend I might need more medicine. It's getting worse, but the poison setting in. Out of my mind, cause you told me you love me, I'm ready to prove. You took the scales when you didn't wanna lose it.
And you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, Massive.
Hate to bring this back up again. I wish that I was feeling different. It's getting worse, but the poison setting in. Out of my mind, cause you told me you love me, I'm ready to prove. You took the scales when you didn't wanna lose it. Thought you knew cause you thought I was guarded. Planting the seeds, but I'm water the garden. I don't wanna believe you said goodbye. At least I gave it a try. Yes, I'm afraid to be on my own. I know that it's bad. Living and pretending you're still home. You become a stranger. Don't need to stay for nothing. That's me being honest.
Yes, good afternoon and good morning, family. Karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show right here on the Black Fire Network radio station. Karibuni sana. I hope you guys have had a beautiful night, or rather you're having a beautiful day so far, wherever you're listening and streaming live with us from. Karibu sana to even to also all our amazing first-time listeners from wherever you are listening to us from. Kindly consider following us if you are on TikTok, on the radio station. Kindly also consider chatting with us on the show page, and also for those who are with us on Facebook, on Rumble Live, on YouTube, and also on Spreaker itself. Karibuni sana once again. My name is Joby, in case you're here for the first time. And I see we're having issues with our connectivity, but I hope you guys can hear me and hear me direct and correctly and loud, okay? Because I see we're having itches. I just began with itches with our connectivity. I don't know what's happening. It's also super hot again. I'm gonna be complaining, but of course, karibuni. So shout out to K Williams. I see you in the building. I see you. You are on your way to work. You should be the one who's being freed. I mean, what's the time you're going to work? At 4:47, literally almost 5 p.m. That is too early. You literally go to work super early. I don't know what's the time you get to leave work. I'd really love to know, K Williams, because you go to work very early. I mean, at what time do you get to leave work? But nice to see you. Karibu sana. And of course, hope you're doing amazing today. And I also see you saying that, Joby, I see you got coffee. No, I'm taking tea. And it's really hot at the same time. But yeah, that is what I'm sipping right here. But a quick shout out to also with everyone with us right here on TikTok. Let me see who's with us. Shout out to you, Superwoman. And shout out to those who have seen also earlier who are with us, and those who are also following the host, rather the live creator. Today on the Pan-African Bliss Show, we shall be talking about Rwanda rejecting the U.S. call for withdrawal of the troops that they have set up in Congo. And of course, I've seen Rwanda as a very shout out to Kagame. Kagame is such a liar, man. Man, shout out to the African puppets. Kagame is such a liar. But yes, the U.S. has called out Rwanda to withdraw their troops that is in Congo. And I'm wondering why the U.S., why not the African Union? Because we saw yesterday, we debated on the Africa Today show a few points of what the African Union had to say about DRC Congo, what has been happening in Sudan, what has been happening in Ethiopia, and all that. But is there anything that the African leaders that they have done? Nothing. And I said I'm proud and that is ashamed at the same time to see that it's our brothers coming from France, of course, which is the country that is actually making this situation super worse, because we have the US, France, all of these colonizers who are literally looking for, influence and extracting resources from the continent. All of them are involved. So we saw people from Paris who demonstrated, our black brothers and sisters over there. They were demonstrating about the issue happening in DRC Congo. But the African Union, yeah, it has been there, a board that has been set up to present the African continent, but there's nothing that they have done. So that is what we shall be talking about, because Congo or Rwanda, no, not Congo, but Rwanda, the ministry, the foreign Rwanda foreign ministry, he made a statement and said that he spoke of threats to Rwanda national security stemming from the presence in Congo of an armed group whose members include alleged perpetrators of the 1994 genocide. This comes with a lie, because I don't know how and I don't know how this happened, but that is our conversation of today. We should also be talking about Niger, because I see that the authorities have actually default to pay up the debt that they owe the IMF and the rest of the World Banks. Literally, we shall be talking about that, because question posed, what is it that we African or the continent of Africa, what do we owe these people? If you try look at actually who are owed, it is us, because we have our resources which are always taken here, our people being paid peanuts. And that is what we should be paid for, because now they don't teach us in school how Teslas, iPhones, or smartphones, where the batteries come from, and all these resources. And I discussed about that yesterday also on the Africa Today show. But we will be talking about Nigeria as well, because people are demonstrating about the cost of living, and Ghana as well. So majority of our focus shall be going to the West African parts of the continent, and of course our major focus of the day shall be going to Rwanda, where they have rejected the U.S. call to withdraw the missiles troops from the eastern part of DRC Congo. So karibuni sana. I began with an amazing banger. That was Zaina Manasseh, and of course hope you enjoyed. And the name of the jam is Wild Ride, and of course hope you guys did enjoy that amazing one over there. We shall be getting back to one more banger, and of course we'll be coming back with the quote of the day. This is a scam cardinally featuring BN, and we'll be coming back with the quote of the day and much more of what is happening right here in the continent of Africa. But I see that one has an itch, so I'll be playing Oxlade, Pay Me, and of course, hope you guys get to enjoy this. After this short musical break, kindly also pass any positive quote of the day you have for those who are with us on TikTok, on YouTube, and Karibuni sana to the Black Hot Fire Network radio station.
Is this, what is this? What are you doing? You know what? Forget about it.
I got all of the ladies, I just wanna think them twice. I don't have a lot, so I shut I want to make you love me, oh, what are they calling them, man? So get the world, I'm gonna jump like you. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. What are they calling them, man? To get the world, I'm gonna make you like you. I don't know, maybe you're more, I don't know, no. They don't go baby, they don't go baby, to break your heart. If you go baby, I need no go baby, to come you up. They don't go baby, they don't go baby, to run about. They don't go baby, they don't go baby, to lose you.
Yes, and my quote of the day today says, may your Tuesday begin with a smile on your face. Blessings to you and your family, and more peace in your life. Yes, I hope you have an amazing, amazing rest part of your day. And I see Kay Williams is saying, I start 6 to 2:30 p.m. and my second job is from 3 to 12, but that is part time. Okay, 12 midnight, you say? 12 midnight. 12 minutes. Oh my god. But we have no difference, bro. We have no difference. Because most of the time, personally, I be leaving here late. Like literally, sometimes I leave here very, very late. But yeah, I relate with you. But 12 midnight, tell me that is 12 midnight. Yeah, confirm with me. From 3. So if you leave 2:30, of course, that is 3 p.m. to 12 midnight. And then you have to wake up by 3. I mean, make me understand. You have to wake up by 3, then get ready, leave your house by 5 a.m. again. God damn. Shout out to UK Williams. Really putting on so much effort. And I really hope you're really getting that amazing paycheck very well, because there's no way you can be working that hard and they're paying you peanuts. But Karibuni sana once again. And I hope you guys are doing amazing. To everyone who's tuning in just for the first time, rather to all our amazing returning listeners. Kindly, I'd love to take this moment and urge for those who do not have our application, rush to the Google Play Store. Search for Black Hot Fire Network. Download the app and you get to listen to me actually as a chat with your friends and family, or rather get to post anything you want on your Instagram, on your Twitter, as you listen to, or rather still stream with the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. I always say one thing I love about our app is that you can stream as you use other applications. It's not the way it's inconveniencing you to not be able to stream. You can be able to do that as you still use the rest of your platforms or other applications on your phones. But Karibuni sana. I hope you guys are doing amazing and having a wonderful Tuesday so far. And I see K. William says stop dancing Monday. I'm a dancer, baby. I'm a dancer. I'm a dance, okay? And I also see you saying that yes, midnight, and you're saying that I get like 4 hours of sleep. God damn. Were you here yesterday when I was saying I watched a movie called Awake? It's on Netflix. I'd refer you to watch that. Awake. I don't know what kind of what was the message behind the movie, but the 3 movies I watched during the weekend, it's like they leave the world behind. The one that Keith was telling you guys to watch, the Obama written movie, which literally is a prediction of what is supposed to happen. We know at some point they have told us we're not going to be having internet. Communication is going to be actually very crazy. We might not have communication as well. At some point, if this guy have enough food in your house, it's going to be crazy. But with you sleeping at 4 hours, I mean, don't you get some migraines and all? 4 hours. That's not enough sleep, K. Williams. You're supposed to be sleeping at least 7 hours. 8 hours. 7 hours, 8 hours. But anyway, karibu sana. And I hope you are being paid well. That is just my worry. But as we get started with what is happening, I want to start with a conversation coming from Guinea. And in 2021, we had an attempted coup. Was it an attempted or a successful coup? But according to me, when I try to look at the coup that happened in Guinea and which try compare with Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, it's quite some sort of different type of a coup, because I went deeper to search if Guinea is actually still involved in the European Union, which we've seen Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso withdrawing from. But yes, they're saying that the European Union and Guinea have a partnership based on mutual commitment. So what was this coup about? What was this coup about? Because I'm not done really much research on that, so I'll not really promise that I have too much details on what really happened. This was in 2021, but I bet this was just like what happened. Was it the same country we had an attempted coup? Which country? Because we had a country, Lebanon, Senegal. We had a country that had also, I think it's the same country. I'm not sure. We had a country. Kindly confirm with me, those who are sure with me, or those who are sure of the details I'm trying to give. We had a country when we had immediately Niger taking over, installing true democracy. We had a country that had a coup that we didn't literally recognize it as a coup. I can't remember specifically which the country was, but if I get the details, I'll be letting you know. But yes, they're saying that Guinea military junta, which seized power in a coup September 2021, has dissolved the government. Why? They're saying that the announcement was made through a presidential decree read on the state TV on Monday by a presidency secretary general General Amar Kamara. Mr. Kamara did not disclose the reason for the dissolution or say when a new government will be put into place. Ministers in the dissolved government were ordered to surrender their passports and official vehicles. Their bank accounts have additionally been frozen. The junta also instructed security agencies to seal all the country borders until government ministers have fully handed over the junta. Lower level officials will temporarily manage state ministries until a new government is appointed. Mr. Kamara gave the information. So I don't know what is really happening in Guinea, but should I say this is positive or negative? Because first and foremost, we had a coup, which is not what Africans like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are doing. So what was this coup about? That is something we need to really understand from there. You know, why did they have this coup and we had a junta who was not, because we've not seen them working or him working with the rest of the three Western African countries, which you can see through unity. They're trying to make things move, you know? So what is really happening in this particular country? I'd really love to know much more, but of course, karibu sana to those who are just tuning in, diving in the conversation, and maybe if you understand a thing or two on what is happening right here, let me know on the comment section. They're saying that the dissolved government was led by Bernard Gomo, who has been appointed prime minister by coup leader Mamadi Doumbouya. In September 2021, Doumbouya led Guinea armed forces to overthrow elected President Alpha Conde after a series of protests over Mr. Conde's controversial bid for a third term. Guinea and several other countries in West and Central Africa have been hit by coups in recent years, which we saw yesterday, the African Union saying that this is not okay, you know, this should not be happening, this is not democratic. We need the selected democratically leaders to be returned back. That is what they always keep on telling us, you know. They're saying that Guinea and several other countries in West and Central Africa have been hit by coup in recent years. Others include Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, and Gabon. That's the country. But Gabon, the coup, if I compare Gabon and Guinea at this particular point, I feel like it's a coup, a fake coup. That is what we call it. This is not a coup. This is not democracy that was installed here. Because I've not seen anything that Guinea has been doing. You're still involved with the AU. You're still involved with the UN. You're still involved with the European Union. You're still involved with ECOWAS. I mean, so why did you have a coup? What was this all for? Yes, you did overthrow someone who was trying to literally push, his term, and without serving the people, which is always very, very important. And which majority of these selected leaders are not here to do. It is good when you see someone trying to extend their terms, it's good to put that person in check. But again, you're not doing this the right way. Someone is still making demands and commands to you, because I'm certain this man has been attending probably all the summits that African leaders are being told to attend. He's been doing what the West literally wants him to do. Because, I mean, you're still in these organizations which are fake and made up in the name of protecting Africans. So Gabon and Guinea, at this point, we understand that these coups that were attempted or were successful are not really real coups. They are all fake coups. So I believe the people who control the news, or rather the media, they're giving us fake information, or rather some fake narrative of making us believe that for sure Guinea and Gabon had a successful coup. The only successful coup, and which I'll not call a coup, the only successful democracy we had installed was Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. That is as for me. That is my thoughts. And of course, you are welcome to give your own thoughts. They're saying that the coups have been strongly condemned by the Western African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, as well as the African Union and the UN. I read that yesterday. We saw that the African Union was really highly concerned about the coups that are happening. And why is it that they are concerned? Of course, we know why. Because there's also another board that is a fake one, that doesn't present or stand for African people, hasn't done anything, but just keep on talking, yapping, and mumbling. Guinea is expected to hold elections to restore democratic rule in 10 months when the 24th transition period when the 24th transition period set by the junta and ECOWAS expires. Well, that is what is happening. And of course, we also saw ECOWAS when Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger had these coups. We had actually the CEO, is it the chairman of ECOWAS, who is Bola Tinubu right now, the Nigerian president. He said that actually they should give these countries seven months so that they can observe what is going to be happening. So we're going to see how this is going to transition in Guinea. And I want to see also what Gabon is all about. Because we saw Gabon, after them having this coup, they installed some sort of family members and all that. So personally, I do not trust it. I do not believe it. But to those who are in, let me know what are your thoughts. I see K. Williams says, my quote for today is that the world will be a better place. You are so crazy, man. Okay, yeah, it should be. It is a better place even right now. It is a better place even right now. But as we continue to the next conversation, for those who are just tuning in, I would love to know what are your thoughts regarding this particular situation happening in Guinea. Do you feel like the coup that actually happened in 2021 September in Guinea was a true democracy that was being attempted to be installed there? And if so, why is it that we can't see Guinea operating with Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger? And to understand that it's a fake coup, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have nowhere mentioned any interest of collaborating with Guinea nor Gabon. Because so far we can see that the people who really mean, Africa moving forward, us now making things move our way, are uniting with the help of Russia. They're making a couple of things move, in the right way and all that. So what are your thoughts regarding this? That is my question posed unto you, my listeners. I'd love to know, do you feel like the coup that was, or rather occurred in Guinea in 2021 September was a real coup, or this is just a made-up coup for them to also keep this narrative of coups going on in Africa are increasing and are dangerous? Because that's what the media keeps on telling us. But I see K. Williams is saying that do not trust none of them. They are all no good jobby. I do agree with you. But so far, personally, we know that Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are doing so great. So for those, we can trust them. Because they are moving towards the interest of their country, the interest of the people, the interest of bettering Africa from what it is assumed and the image that it has been given, and how they have managed to destroy and kill so many of us. And I also see you saying that just like America is no good. I agree with you. And that's why personally, I am posing that question about Guinea. We understand about Gabon. The coup was fake. We discussed that last year a lot. It was a fake coup. Because tell me, why are you installing your children to become ministers or the bankers to be the ones who are controlling the bank? If this is just not the same way of you continuing with corruption without you changing, I mean, what is it? That is my question. But of course, I'll speak about Niger. I see that Niger's authority have default. Let me read that again. They're saying that the Western African Monetary Union, a debt management agency, UMOA, let me read that, UMOA, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Tires on Monday said Niger had missed a debt payment of 13 billion CFA, that is France, I think France, billions of francs, and that is $22 million. And the amount brings the total default of some 519 million since July coup, and this suspension from regional financial marketers. Then I pose a question again. African people, rather the African nations, if today we were to be asked, or if you were to put on a debate on the same board, the African Union, it's called, or rather assumed to be present in African countries, what is it that we owe the IMF, the World Bank, and all these created banks that keep on offering us money? What is it that we owe them? Yes, fine, we've taken loans to help us, solve a different problems. But how do we pay it? We pay it in dollars, not in our own currency, which literally consumes a lot from us as a continent. And then go back to how these people have been benefiting from the country, from the continent for so long. Because let's start with Niger. Let's look at the resources in Niger. How rich is Niger in terms of resources? How rich is Niger? How rich is Niger in terms of resources? Because that is one thing we need to check. So let's see. Let me see what Google is telling me. Then from there, I think we can, because we saw recently they did retrieve some gold that were being stolen, taken to Dubai, and all that. Okay, so they're saying that Niger has significant industrial mining potential in uranium. They have gold, they have salt, they have calcium, phosphate. They also have cassiterite, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and gypsum. That is the sum of the resources that the country, or rather the country of Niger is rich in. So if you question, because we've seen for so long the war that has been going on in these three West African countries, with these set up jihadists, they have had the UN peacekeepers there, and for what reason? We've seen so many videos trending on TikTok, trending on YouTube, of how the UN trucks come into Africa in the name of helping us, but they end up leaving with stacks of gold, like a lot of gold. So question posed is, again, go back. What is it that we owe the IMF, the World Bank, or these foreign countries? And why do we need to pay in dollars and not in our currency? And why can they pay back all the damages, all the resources they have been stealing here without Africans benefiting from it? And it is our people who actually are very badly used to extract these resources. I mean, perfect example, look at Congo. Kenya is the next one, I bet. We've been seeing children not going to school because they have to go with their parents to a certain mining site, which might collapse, and then they end up being buried there. Is there any safety method that we've seen also these people who are literally using us to benefit or to get wealthy from us? Have they brought up any safety measures, methods of us mining our resources? No way. No way. So question posed, what is it that African countries we owe these people? That is my question. Do you believe African countries we have any debt to pay to the Western, to the international countries? And I'm talking the likes of and also these banks, the IMF, the World Bank, all these created fake banks which make money out of nothing. What is it that we owe them? Because in real sense, they owe us. That is just the reality. We are owed not just a lot of money. We are owed a lot of wealth. Stolen wealth from centuries when our ancestors were fighting for their lives until to date. We're being owed. But yes, they're saying in a statement, the West African Debt Management Agency said that Niger had failed to make a repayment of the principal, which was due on that was February 16th, and owing to sanctions imposed by Conference of Heads of States and Government of the West Africa Economy and Monetary Union. This situation is carefully monitored by UMOA treaties in collaboration with the institutions concerned and the regional bloc ECOWAS and I can't read all these terms. I can't read all these terms. The regional bloc ECOWAS and UEMOA. I don't know what that even means. Suspended from the regional financial market and the regional central bank from following a military coup in July last year and ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. Along Mali and Burkina Faso, Niger last month announced that it was leaving ECOWAS with immediate effect. And as we should, because why are we there? Why are we there? So personally, my thought on this one is that what should happen, because so far we're talking about only 3 countries that understand what they're doing in Africa. So far we just know 3 countries are the ones who have the right brains to know and make the right decisions, for their people and their interests. The way they have been so bold to leave the European Union, the way they have been so bold to also chase away the UN peacekeepers from their countries, the way they are so bold to leave ECOWAS bloc, which has been doing totally opposite from what it was meant to be doing, and the way they are so bold to also address the foreign powers. They should be so bold to say that we are not paying you any debt because you owe us a lot. That is what I believe Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso should be doing. Because I'm certain it's not going to be actually Niger alone, which is going to be demanded, pay this amount of money you owe us. You sanctioned me already. So what am I paying for? The moment I took over power, true power, you told me I'm not going to be benefiting from this anymore. So what do I owe you? Why can't you pay back what you made my people go through? You had to kill a lot of people, civilians, in the name of we're protecting this and this from what jihadists? You are the jihadists literally here. You're performing a Hegelian dialectic on people of Africa, and you're here telling us you're bringing a solution in the name of UN peacekeepers. Africans, let's wake up. So personally, I believe there's no African country that owes the IMF, the World Bank, no money. No money. We owe these people nothing because what they take and extract from the continent is a lot, a whole lot. And that is something that should be debated and talked about. The resources, the gold, the silver, the copper, the people too. Because do you know how rich our melanin color is? We barely even taught that. Did you see a video of children being rescued in Kayole? Tens of children. Do you ask yourself, why is this happening? Because we normally see just, girls who go in the name of kutafuta sijui job ya umboche and all that. Then they end up finding themselves somewhere where they're serving sexual services and all that. Now it is kids. Our kids, we see kids disappearing every single day. And we think this is a norm. And our government does not even take this serious because abduction of black people has become a business in the foreign countries. And you guys have no goddamn idea, especially us back in the continent. We have no idea. Hatujafunzwa hizi vitu. And it is super, super crazy. But shout out to you, Caris. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. And you're saying that it is our own chosen leaders who willingly give away our resources. I agree with you. But can I disappoint you a little bit? We don't even select these coons, imagine. We don't select them. I explained this very well on Friday. When you look at election, we the people, and if you look at actually the political rallies out there performed, and this is why we had Magufuli highly banning political rallies. Has anyone ever questioned why Magufuli banned political rallies? No one. Magufuli know and understood very well the Western power, what they are doing, their intentions to Africans and the continent itself. So we as the continent people, we assume every time we see these political rallies, of course, tunajua wana niku sell out their manifestos and all that. But in reality, this is just a show. I explained that this is a show they try put on, a funded show. Because make it make sense, where do they get all this money to go bribing people in the name of buying votes and all that? Thank you so much for following the host. In the name of tunanunua votes, ama nikikupatia 100 najua nimekuhanga utakuja kuvote. Okay, yes. Most of the people turn up in the poll stations expecting and literally hoping for a change of their country. But in real sense, we do not select these people. Before even we go for elections, the people who control the world and Africa, because our leaders don't. If we have been told and lied to, they do. The people who control the continent of Africa and its resources are the ones who actually, by the time they select the date of elections, they know who is going to be the leader of this country. And they know his purpose. And this is why we see someone like Ruto doing what he's doing. Because Mbona alisema, I will not be attending any more of these meetings. I am done. You will not see me on these meetings. Mumble talking, then the next minute he's right there standing in front of the chairman of African Union. Today you talk this, tomorrow you talk this. Is it making sense to us? So personally, I highly believe, as much as we see our presidents wasting money going to these places in the name of, oh, we're going to talk about how we can make Africa become stable. The instability in Africa has become so crazy because you are literally, number one, going to meetings that do not concern you, but keep on disappointing us as a people. You're wasting a lot of money. We were just checking yesterday how many trips Ruto has gone so far, how many days he has spent outside since 2022. 104 days. Ruto has spent 104 days out of the continent. What is the main reason? Getting more loans. Where are these loans literally being applied? And our taxes going super, super high. Where are the loans applying? What development do we have as Africa or as Kenya? Nothing. The Chinese build shit up, made road, kitu expressway. Alafu mnaambiwa sasa mtaanza kulipa sijui pesa ngapi hadi hizi barabara zingine. Let me tell you, my people, if we do not demonstrate about what is coming, and this is a continent as a whole, this is not just us as Kenya. Because we face problems the same way. We think we're different because of tribalistic bullshit. We think we're different because of these made-up borders. But Africa, we suffer the same way. Shida zinapambana na sisi hivyo kila mahali. Same way, copy and paste. So we do not select these leaders, Caris. Actually, saa zenye tunatokeanga kwa poll stations, ask yourself, why do we have the media always there? Again, we don't control the media. And one thing I love about us, Black Hot Fire, we have freedom of expression. You won't see Lillian Molly talking like this. Tell me. You won't see Kanzadena talking like this, who right now she doesn't work on Citizen, but she used to be spokesperson of the president. You don't see none of these medias talking and expressing politics the way we do here on the Black Hot Fire Network. And it's literally rare. And it comes with effect because we had a Mary blogger who was banned. Acid, alichomwa. Macho ikatolewa because of trying to expose these politicians. But the truth of the matter is that these people are making us suffer. The cost of living is crazy. Sai watu wanalipwa in dollars kama sisi. Mnasikia aje? Mimi my salary came 4,000 less. Tunasikia aje sai? Tunasikia aje? It is crazy. So we need to do something about this. And I also see, shout out to Spongy. Unasema, I see you saying that Mama Africa, I want you to come where you are. Come. You're welcome. Karibu sana. Welcome to the Black Out Fire Network. And I also see George says, you are very correct. Political rallies are done for self-gains, and one must be a very good liar. Exactly. These people have been well trained. These people have been well trained. And then ask yourself, why do they have their daughters, their sons going to study outside? Their sons and daughters are also very well groomed. And this is why you see Charlene Ruto, angalieni tu in some point huyu msichana atakuwa na vie for a certain seat after maybe budake ametoka. Watch very carefully. Watch very carefully. The children of these leaders are also very well groomed to become like their parents who have also been leaders. Can I give an example? I mean, Uhuru. If we consider Jomo Kenyatta as a freedom fighter, go back to history and dig deeper. We've been told he was part of the freedom fighters, mom. This is all a lie. Jomo Kenyatta sold us out. Jomo Kenyatta sold out our lands. Jomo Kenyatta is the beginning and the first set up African cool presidents at the beginning of all these problems we have, because they didn't say no to the money they were given, and that's where we started getting the loans. They were given lands. I mean, unapoa land kwa continent yako, make it make sense too. You're in your continent, but you're gonna get a land from a white man, you know? They give you money because you come from a poor background. They fund you very well. They give you this rich lifestyle. And that's where now we, the people, start assuming, oh, for real, alikuwa anaendesha mkokoteni, alikuwa anauza kuku kwa streets, and that's why now we can see him, amekuwa venye yako sahi, he can become a president. So for real, this man means a change for people. This is all a lie. So let us understand, as African people, politics is all made up. We do not owe these people nothing. They owe us a lot. We African people, we are the ones to be paid. Hakuna deni hatuna deni ya mtu. Hatuna. Actually, we should even be taking more without paying. A lot more without paying. Because if you talk about the Africa development, it has been slowed down on purpose. We see the rest of the world so developed, tunaenda tunakuwa amazed, wow. But all these resources is coming from the continent. And then someone wants to come and tell you pay billions of money and in dollars. We're crazy, man. But I see K. Williams is saying, Joby, what is going on in Gambia? All those American ladies are getting killed It is 6 ladies so far. Damn, in Gambia? I've not seen that. Unless I check if there's anything new that has come in on the news, I'll check that. But I'm not sure of what is happening in Gambia. But if Katie knows anything, I bet she will be reporting. Yes, I'm not really sure. So I can't give details of what I'm not sure about. But you're saying that those little kids are getting killed in those mines. That is crazy. And they should be in school. That is true. But tell me, how do you go to school when school fees is very expensive? We were talking on Friday again about, on Wednesday, about Esther Pasari saying she's going to ban school uniforms right here in Kenya. We should be an African thing. Because tell me, why do we use, mbona tunavanga uniform? Why do we need uniforms? Okay, we discussed that very well for uniformity and all that. But if you look at the amount of money we're using, it is a lot in buying uniform, paying school fees, and then you end up becoming very jobless. You become a very useless person in the society, because that's just the truth. People right now have PhDs, masters, but hakuna mali wanaenda sahi. Hakuna. If hauna connections in Africa, it is all in vain. It is super crazy. So think about it. Think about it. And also say you're saying that very true. They should pay those countries nothing at all. The damage they did to Africa. Exactly. Because they should take us back to history. All the stolen wealth. It's a lot. We start from the artifacts they stole from Africa. Till to date, we're having African countries begging so bad. We need our artifacts back. We need this and this back. We need this and this back. But none of them have even paid any reparations for it. And if they pay reparations, we know the ones who benefit. The same frontiers, the leaders, are the ones who pocket the money. So African people, wake up. And I also see you saying that I post it in the WhatsApp. I'll check it out. I've not seen the WhatsApp today. My morning was kind of busy, so I've not seen the WhatsApp group today, but I'll be checking it out on what is happening in Gambia. But yes, as we move on to the next conversation, I want to talk about Nigeria, like I promised. And of course, the cost of living, just like in the rest of the world, not just in Africa, it is soaring up. In Nigeria, it is becoming super, super crazy. So let me share this very quickly. And of course, you remember us yesterday comparing Bola Tinubu and William Ruto, which actually these two presidents are the ones who are taking most foreign trips. For what reason? Of course, they are claiming this is all about to go discuss about the instability of Africa, how they can literally better the economy of Africa. But this comes back with much more demand from the West of how Africa is going to actually become more destabilized. It's never actually to stabilize Africa, because these couldn't have no power.
With placards reading "End Bad Government Now" and "End Hunger," residents of one of Nigeria's largest cities took to the streets on Monday. Large crowds marched through the center of Ibadan in the country's west. According to government statistics, the inflation rate in January rose to 29.
Big shout out to Moses Wanjoy, shout out to Blessings, Karibuni Sana, shout out to George who's also with us, and to everyone who's listening and also giving their thoughts and comments.
But 9%, its highest since 1990.
And to everyone who was also tuning in on YouTube, because I see so many of you are coming in right now, and Karibuni is Sana.
Mainly driven by food and non-alcoholic beverages.
This country is bleeding. This country is hurting. This country is angry. People are suffering. No one can afford 3 square meals, even 2 square meals. Now, our dear country today again. Inflation on all goods.
It is crazy because we saw the other day Nigerians right now, and I believe this man what he's saying. Nigeria the other day we saw that these people are now eating the dirty rice. Not the dirty cooked rice like Black Americans call it, or maybe most of the Americans, the dirty rice, not that one. These people are eating the throwaway rice yenye tunatupanga. Nigerians are now eating ile mchele si utupa, imagine. The ile mchele unachagwanga hivi kusema hii ni mbaya isiwezi kula. That is what Nigerians are eating right now. I mean, make me understand how bad is the situation. And to understand how bad it is, how Nigeria, and this is a setup on purpose of people being under poverty and the country never developing. This is why we see them eating things like porcupines, snake, snails, and this is a norm. It's not a norm. Uganda now, we can see them making mosquito burgers, and we want to actually make this a culture. I'm glad they took it to the streets. And you should have actually realized long time ago, my friends, long time ago, if I'm putting in the accent, you should have realized long time ago, you need to demonstrate about your country. It's not too late. And actually, like I've said before, Nigeria would be a very, very good startup of setting up revolution for the rest of the country, because you are the most populated people. Despite having the highest tribes, you are the most populated people, and you have the highest percentage of young youths. Now imagine if that mentality can cross the rest of the African countries. I mean, what can we do? What can we do? We can do a whole lot. So I'm glad to see actually they're taking it on the streets. And it has to be called out. It's crazy.
Inflation of foods, inflation of cement, inflation of cloth, inflation of butchers, inflation of bikes, inflation of transportation from one point to another.
Everything.
And it's crazy how inflation of transportation is so high. This country produces the largest production of oil, but does not even benefit, not even an inch from it, not even close to nothing from it. Shell took over, set up different type of names, and now started supplying oil, and they have been stealing from Nigeria for the last 12 years from what we discovered last year. And like the rest of the African people keep on assuming, oh, the government doesn't know this. Of course, that's where he's eating from. That's where their salary is coming in from. Them allowing these resources being extracted, that is a pay. I've said that and I've understood. These leaders are not here to serve us. These people are here. They're working for someone, not for us. The bad part is that we assume they're here working for us, but they work for someone else. The interests serve someone else, not the people of Africa.
Thing is expansive. There's nothing we want to do in Nigeria that we can do with ease. We just hope things get better.
You can't keep on hoping, my friend. You need to do something.
Even our parents are complaining. People want to go to school.
Of course.
There's no money. Please help us, President Tinubu.
You can't call on Tinubu to come help you, and he's literally making Europe trips. Look at these people. Look at these people. Let me tell you, Nigerians, I find Nigerians also very funny at some point. I find these people very funny. Your president has no time for you. He's taking Europe trips. These people have become travelers. These people are exploring the world. And like I said, it's so bad, especially when you come. We're talking about a drug dealer. Because Bola Tinubu was a drug dealer. The president of Nigeria, if you look at his history, he was a drug dealer way then, and much more. I mean, how did he end up becoming a president? Did he even finish school? Most of these leaders, cause for real, wanakwanga wamemaliza shule, something we don't even ask. We saw Sakaja being questioned about his papers, and so many leaders even in the continent. We hear them, they do not have, or they have not completed school. Now I go back to the quote I ever read last year. We have graduates, we have people who have PhDs, masters, all types of certificates you can say. But a dropout is the one who's going to come and become your leader. Make that make sense. A whole dropout. Someone who cannot even read English, because we see them every single day. Even a written paper you cannot read, leave alone even constructing a sentence from your brain. You cannot read something written down for you. Because you know what? You are a selected poor-ass coon who has been set up to become traitor of the rest of the black people, benefit money, and that's it. You do your work. We don't care if you don't know how to read English. We've set you up there. You do what you're supposed to do. That's all. That's all we're asking for. Do you want to become rich? Do you want to become wealthy? Let us understand politics, African people. Let us understand politics. But I see, thank you so much, Keep Courage, for following the host. And also a quick shout out to Lax Mama K, Karibu Sana. And Jaffet, you're saying that this is not a musical show, please. So come back tonight. Rather come back tomorrow on the Vibe Show. We have different musical shows every morning. The Vibe Show from 8 a.m. till 12 midday. And also we have the Culture Show Tuesday and Thursdays every 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that's the only place you can request for music. The rest is conversation, my love.
Bola Tinubu's government launched reforms last year that saw the removal of gas subsidies. This eroded incomes and savings while squeezing millions already struggling with hardship, a situation worsened by a plummeting currency.
Mm-hmm. It is crazy, Manze. It is crazy. And I don't know what to say to tell Nigerians. Should I say sorry? But I'm glad you're taking it on the streets. But it is so sad to see that still majority of the Africans don't understand the leaders you call on are the main reason why your situation keeps on soaring up. It is all made. It's all happening on purpose. It's all happening on purpose. Because Africa, we are blessed. We might be facing chaos every single day, but we are very, very blessed. We saw yesterday Samia Suluhu telling you how you can increase your wealth. And it is possible. But how many of us have those lands? How many of us have those lands to continue with this generational wealth. But yeah, shout out to Nigerians. And I believe much more should be seen coming from the rest of the African countries, demonstrating against their leaders for the decision they're making, which is affecting them. I believe that should be highly practiced and much more. But as we get to the major conversation of the day, that is about Rwanda rejecting the U.S. call for withdraw the missile troops from the eastern parts of DRC Congo. So let me read the article as we get to continue on what is happening. They're saying that the authorities in Rwanda on Monday rejected U.S. call for the withdrawal of troops and missile systems from eastern parts of DRC, eastern parts of Congo, saying that they are defending Rwanda territory as Congo carries out dramatic military buildup near the border. Wow. We just wow, you know? Can you hear what Rwanda is? Kagame has no shame. Sometimes this is why I say, I think personally, we kind of sort of also dealing with AIs type of presidents. What if? Has anyone ever thought of it? I mean, we make fun of Joe Biden. We make fun of these other leaders and the people we see on the industry. But has anyone ever thought about the leaders we have in the continent as well? What if we're dealing with AIs as well? I mean, what if? It's just a what if for me. And you should also pose as a what if to you too. It's just a question, you know, what if we're dealing with AIs? What if? Shout out to you, Freedom Media, Karibu Sana. Yes, they're saying the authorities in Rwanda on Monday, that is yesterday, rejected U.S. for the withdrawal of troops and missile systems from the eastern Congo, saying they are defending Rwanda territory as Congo carries out dramatic military buildup near the border. I mean, shouldn't they? And what dramatic military buildup? What dramatic military buildup? Because for so long I've been seeing actually Congo as we had the eastern it was the Kenyan or the East African troops who are deployed there, and instead of going to help, because that is not always the agenda, that's not always the agenda. We saw them going to rape women and doing all kind of debaucherous things instead of helping the situation. Rwanda for so long has been hoping people can come and help. The rest of the African countries can come and help. But no, they are on their own. So what dramatic military buildup are they having near the border of Rwanda? The dramatic military buildup we have, it is coming from you, Kagame. It is coming from Rwanda. The other Rwanda Foreign Ministry in a statement spoke of threats to Rwandan national security stemming from the presence in Congo of an armed group whose members include alleged perpetrators of the 1994 genocide. The rebel group, known by its initial FDLR, is fully integrated into the Congolese army. The state gave the information, and also Rwanda has long cited a threat posed by FLDR authorities. They have been admitted to a military presence in eastern Congo, whose authorities accuse the Trinity Central Africa country of actively supporting the violent armed groups known as M23 rebels. And the U.S. State Department, in a statement made on Saturday, criticized the worsening violence caused by M23 rebels. It's crazy. We pause there, even before we continue. It's crazy when the U.S. comes in and says, we are concerned. Thank you so much, iPhone Mobile, Karibu Sana. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Yeah, it's crazy when the U.S. Department makes a statement criticizing the violence done by M23 rebels. Who's funding this? Question number one. Why is the U.S. concerned? Why can't we see the AU talking about it, of which they did? But do they have the means and power to stop this? Hell no. Hell no. We checked yesterday very well who funds also the African Union. And we saw and we know who. The cats with the small hats. They are receiving some dons, from left, right, and center, donors and all that donations. So it comes as a joke to me when the US is very concerned of the worsening violence caused by the M23 rebels. Yes, and describing it as a Rwanda-backed armed group, that statement also urged Rwanda to immediately withdraw all Rwanda Defense Force personnel from the Congo and remove its surface-to-air missile system. The U.S. statement represented an abrupt shift in policy or simply a lack of internal coordination, causing Rwanda to question the ability of the United States to serve a credible mediator in Africa Great Lakes region. The Rwanda foreign minister gave the information. UN experts previously said that they had solid evidence that members of Rwanda armed forces were conducting operations there in support of M23 rebels, and M23 rebellion has caused the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people in Congo's North Kivu province in recent years. Fighting near Goma, the region's largest city, has intensified in recent days, and as the rebels threaten to take over the metropolis, residents of the nearby town of Sake have been fleeing fierce fight between Congolese government troops and the M23 rebel groups. It is super, super crazy, and this is all just some scam, understanding information and understanding what they're trying to make us think here. Rwanda is playing the victim right now. Literally, Rwanda is playing the victim. And the US is playing the Hegelian dialectic again. That is just the Hegelian dialectic in it. Because this is just crazy. I'd love to understand why they deployed the South Africa soldiers, which we saw 2 of them were already bombed, and which we said we don't know if this is all some plan to make us think that for real the M23 is fighting the South Africa troops. And that's why it is so hard to maintain peace over there. This is crazy. If you're understanding what I'm understanding, this is just all Kubuki theater, what Keith calls it. These all are kibugi. Is it kubuki? Kibuki theater, kubuki theater, whatever you want to call it. That is all it is happening right here. Rwanda playing victim. The US coming in, of course, accusing Rwanda for doing this and this and this, while they know very well they fund all these things. They are the ones behind it. Rwanda is not doing this alone. Where are they getting all the money? Where are all the weapons coming from? Where are all the weapons coming from? That is the question. But that is where I end my show of today. For those who shall be catching this on a replay, hope you can let me know on the conversation and the questions I've posed during the show. And I see John Mosquito in the building. You're saying the hi. Hi to you too, UK man. How should I call you? The night runner or which one? Which one should I call you? Yeah. But anyway, nice to see you. Hope you're doing amazing today. And of course, I'm coming towards the end of the conversation of today. But I'm coming to the end of the conversation of today. It's been amazing. I've enjoyed. Shout out to Kay Williams for being with me. Shout out to all the amazing TikTok listeners who have also gave their thoughts on what debate we had right here. Have an amazing rest part of your day. I'll be coming back later at 4 p.m. with HR the Messenger and Kamlesh with the Black Kings frequency. And later tonight, of course, the baddest DJ they can't afford every Tuesday. I'm the one on the deck. And Joe Mosquito, you better report early on the deck. And Keith as well. You'll be requesting songs when I'm coming to the end. And when I cut it off, you'll be ranting towards the end of the week. But so come to the club early. Okay? Come party with us early. But anyway, much love. Have an amazing, amazing rest part of your day. If you are at work, at home, getting ready for work, whatever you are doing. I appreciate for those who did take some time, rather a minute of tuning in right here on today's episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show on the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. Remember, if you do not have our app, kindly download it on the Google Play Store. And if you've not updated it, kindly ensure you also do. If you'd love to purchase any merchandise with us, we have hoodies, we have hats, we have mugs, we have handbags for the ladies. We have also herbs that shall be coming soon. And we also have beauty products, skincare products that shall be coming also very, very soon on the apparel store. But much love. See you guys later. Mabadai. Peace. I'm out. I wind up with this jam of Oxlade, the one I started with. And of course, that's it. See you guys later tonight.
Is this what I mean to you?
No, in the evening, not tonight.
To me online after telling me you love me? Is this what it has come to? Is this, what is this? What are you doing?
I have all of the ladies, I just wanna think I'm twice. I have a lesson, I want to make you love me.